Welcome back to Women on Purpose for the Planet. And I'm thrilled to be here today with Maria Christina Owl, who is really here to talk about embodiment is the theme that we're going to be exploring, and really how you can become a clear channel for your highest service on earth, which is such a beautiful topic. And I'm so excited to really dive into this. And Maria Christina Owl is a global light leader, which I have to say, when I saw that title roll in, I was like, okay, I'm curious to learn a little more about this amazing woman and her journey to stepping into this powerful work. Because what I feel like the planet needs right now is not just more knowledge, it's wisdom and it's embodiment. So I'm just curious, if you'd be open to just sharing, briefly a little bit about your journey to coming into such a unique body of work.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here with you all. It means a lot to me to connect with other women who are on purpose for the planet. And so for me, this journey has been one of, being in a woman's body and being a woman of color in America and in the 70s and 80s, and really trying to find where I belonged and discover that my voice and thoughts and beliefs actually matter. And that journey brought me through many initiation processes. As most women who are watching this probably know, it is a constant pushing through cultural conditions and obstacles to our really coming into our power, our bodies, our purpose here. And it takes an incredible amount of courage, never mind energy, to be persistent with that. I had, unfortunately and fortunately, I hold both, a very kind of traumatic childhood with alcoholism and violence, and a very kind of dominating father. And so this set me up for two things. The challenge of finding who I was and my empowerment, claiming my body, in the face of this very daily reverse grid kind of shadow patriarchy masculine energy, in my life. And at the same time, it set me up for a journey of really deepening into compassion and forgiveness. And so I had to find the courage to survive every day, as well as the courage to know I mattered and was not expendable. And then the courage to forgive, right? And so step by step over the decades, and then also living at a time on this planet where the feminine is arising, this very real cultural revolution in the world. Thank you to the World Wide Web that actually made it even more possible. And the women leaders that have been stepping up. And so the other piece around this is, so global light leader. So what does that mean? And what I see, as women, we have this opportunity today to reinvent leadership, to reinvent the feminine in leadership, and to kind of, dismantle what we've been conditioned into and told about who we are, what the world's about, our relationships with other people, and find our own path, forge our own path. So I'm a woman and I'm a global light leader, right? Because I care about this planet. I meditate daily, sending the earth light. Like, I keep in touch with what's happening on the planet with my filters up. You know, there's so much misinformation, propaganda, you know, that I'm like, okay, so where are the situations happening on the planet that need extra support?
Mm.
And every week we gather, you know, we gather people on a podcast, Global Lightwork Podcast, and we focus on these places. We're working globally as light workers.
Wow.
And we travel globally.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That is so powerful. And I just wanted to kind of pause to underscore, you know, really the power of your story and what you've walked through in your life. And really one of the themes of the summit is sometimes how our soul wounds become our soul gifts. And obviously you had the blessing and the, you know, it's always interconnected of growing up in this abusive patriarchal household. And I have no doubts that your gifts lie in the initiation. And I'm very drawn to what you're speaking to around how we can send energy to these places on earth that are needing our healing. And I'm just wondering if you could speak a little to that for the woman who is watching this going, I feel that call to be of service to the earth. And also just how to, I know one of the things you were passionate about speaking to in this interview is embodiment and becoming a clear channel. So just a little bit about like, how do we access our clear channelness, even when we have, you know, all the dramas and the traumas and the, you know, the experiences we've walked through. I really want to empower women to know, like, yes, you can have all that and it's still possible to be a clear channel for the earth. So can you, the earth's healing specifically, can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that we, my husband and I, when we work with our groups, we emphasize very strongly, please get into your body before we do this light work. And so whether you're working as a practitioner with just one client in front of you, whether you're a facilitator of groups, whether you're on stage in front of hundreds or thousands, if you're not in your body, then your message and the light work that you are here to do is not going to land, right? Because you're not in present time. So when we are in present time, this is where we have the most impact. And this is where we have access to all of the possibilities, the creative possibilities. And it's also the place where we are resourced into the earth energies and in true relationship. So our culture has raised us to be very dissociated. As you know, we're so dissociated.
Yeah.
And then we've been kind of steered away from self-care and moving towards healing for ourselves. I'm from a Latino family, and I can tell you that if you tell anyone in my family to go to therapy, it's like telling them that they are damaged, crazy, and not good enough, and bad, and it's really offensive to recommend counseling. And here I am with a master's in counseling. So it's like how we've been taught to actually think that there's something wrong with us, that we're fatally flawed if we need to reach out for support, help, resources, right? So we have to really let these veils of illusion drop and make ourselves number one priority. We have to get into our bodies.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you're number one, take care of yourself get your massages, go barefoot hiking, hug a tree, get in your women's circles, have your monthly gatherings, do your meditation, work with your teachers, like whatever you need to do. And I think that, on one level, it's such a relief to get permission and to see examples of women who are leaders in the world, who are forging the way through self-care.
Yes, this is the new paradigm. You're speaking so beautifully to that. And I feel like that is a theme in this series, that, it's time for women to really honor themselves and their sacredness by tending to their body, their energy body, as well as you're speaking to, so that we can really be the light on the planet. And I feel like sometimes we hear that and we're like, yeah. But it's like, no, it really, really matters that you have these self-care practices in place so that you can serve at the highest level and really be that embodiment of light that you want to be in the world. So thank you for speaking to the importance of that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so true. It's the foundation. And then we can become the clear channels. So how do you become a clear channel for the message you're here to bring, for your purpose, for your light work? And for me, like, I'm a full body trance channel and a medium. And from birth, it's on both sides of my family. And there are so many people that I meet who feel out of control of this ability that they have. To sense the subtle energy fields, to work with the invisible realms, and to be a clear channel is so much more than communing with things outside of us. I would say that's kind of like the most limiting definition of what channeling is. I think that all of us, we are built, our human architecture and design is such that we are bioelectric, we are physiopsychic, and we are conduits to channel energy. Like, we are constantly channeling universal frequencies of light and sound and vibration from the earth, from the cosmos, with nature, exchanging energy. And a lot of times, because we're dissociated, because we're in denial, fear, anxiety, like afraid of our own power, told that we couldn't, do our dream, we are not open to being the conduits that we truly are. And so I'm telling everybody right now, like, you are designed to be this incredible channel of wisdom, information, of light, of healing frequencies from the earth, from the cosmos. It is definitely our nature to do this. It's our job to get into, to land in our bodies and to anchor in our relationship with the earth so that we can hold the amount of light that we are. Like, once we are grounded and anchored, then we can expand ourselves as a conduit and channel frequencies of light that are actually our own light, our soul essence.
I have a question about that. I imagine that there are likely women watching this who are like, yes, I resonate with everything you're saying and I get this information coming in, but I'm not always sure if it's accurate or if I could trust it. And I'm wondering if you can speak to that question.
Yeah, that's a very common question. And a lot of students in our longer trainings will guide them through that process of clearing their doubts. And so what is doubt? For one, like, our doubts are often the kind of implanted, erroneous beliefs about our capacities, our abilities. we're told to fear our abilities. And so we have these doubts. We don't trust ourselves because things outside of us are bombarding us with false story and propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
So the number one step is to begin a journey, begin a practice, I should say, of self-honesty and of being willing to know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So what does it look like for you to really want the truth? The truth about who you are. That's step number one. Are you willing to know the truth of who you are? Because if you say yes to that, then whenever you have a thought come up that feels constrictive, limiting, starts dropping your energy down, that's when you need to question, where is this coming from? Is this the truth? Is this the truth? Because it is usually not. Anything that contracts you is the conditioning of our dominant paradigm. So,
go ahead.
Yeah, so it's like this practice of self-honesty, wanting to know the truth, being willing to really know who you are and what you're capable of. And then we can, once you feel your signature energy, right? So right now I'm sitting here, I feel my love for the earth. Love is the frequency, right? That protects us, guides us, is us. So we come home to love. We connect with love and gratitude to the earth, to our bodies. We say, welcome home, all parts of myself. You are safe here. This is a temple body. I am sovereign. I am free. I am self-validated, self-designed, and I'm willing to know the truth about myself and the universe, right? And then you land there. And then when you invite, I am a clear channel for higher information, for my higher information, to guide me and inform me. And at that point, you can trust what comes through because it is in that bandwidth of love. And if anything comes through that is not of that, sensation in your body, feeling in your heart, open-heartedness, relaxation, then question it, right? It doesn't matter if guides come in and they look like Mother Mary, but if their energy is not of love, then tell them to leave. And if you are of the unconditional love vibration, come back radiating that love, and then we can talk.
Powerful. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was super, super helpful on so many levels. So it's really about being that clear channel, setting that powerful intention, and then really noticing the energy. And if it's love frequency and it feels like relaxing and opening, then listen to it. But if it feels like the implants or the voices of all of that, to really question it. Thank you for making that question very practical. And I just have one more question before we hear more about your amazing free gift, and that's the earth piece. I love what you said that you do on your podcast with sending healing energy to the earth. And if a woman is watching this and saying, hey, I want to get started on that right now, could you just share maybe the Cliff Notes version of how one can get started in this beautiful practice that you're speaking to?
Absolutely. Yeah. So anybody from wherever you are in the world, you can do this on a daily basis. One thing that I love is to put a picture, find a poster of our planet, find a globe, put it somewhere on an altar, an image of the earth, of Gaia, right? and have it somewhere on a special altar, on your altar that's already set up, so that you every day can put a hand on that, can have, heart just beaming golden love light out of your heart, surrounding the earth with it. You can do it while you drive. You can, when you're waiting in line somewhere, just to take those moments to know that you're not alone. And that even if you don't have that capacity to be on the political forefront of activism or on the environmental forefront of really working for justice and peace and sustainability, you can still be just as effective and impactful for the future of this planet through your light work. Because we know from quantum reality, the quantum field, everything is connected. And when we have an intention and we send loving light to New Zealand, to all that were impacted by that mosque, the gunman, we send that light, we send that love. We know that there is no time lapse. It is outside time and space. It reaches its destination the moment we go into that intention field, right? And we can go back in time. We can imagine loving light surrounding everybody. We can affirm those souls are going to the light with ease and grace, with the help of their ancestors, right? We have this power. And the more of us that are doing this on a daily, weekly basis, we need numbers right now. More than anything, we need numbers. We need our light worker family to wake up, to get on board, to begin to know that they are impactful with their directed intention for peace on earth. So my husband and I gather people every week on a podcast, a Global Lightwork podcast on Tuesday evenings at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And so that's welcome. It's free. Welcome for everybody, anywhere to join. So that's a way to do it in community. And I think that that's important for light workers as well. It's like, yes, do it on your own, but also do it with your people. Gather your community together, do it together, join our calls, whatever. There's so much power in a collective consciousness directing intention. I mean, it's just amplified exponentially that way, as Maharishi proved, with that incredible experiment they did, putting 3,000 meditators in the middle of Washington, D.C., and the crime rate dropped 13% that whole month that they were meditating, right? So we can impact the world, the future, etc. We just need to know that and then live it every day.
I so resonate with everything you just said. That was absolutely beautiful. And if you're watching this, consider starting a practice like the one that she is speaking of. So, so beautiful. And I also know you have an incredible free gift to share with this amazing tribe of women on purpose for the planet. So tell us a little more about that.
Yes, thank you. This free gift is actually it was recorded at a live event that my husband and I did. It was a channeling event. We were transmitting the Tri-Council of Light, so Pleiadian, Syrian, and Arcturian Councils of Light, who are our kind of star family. Since I was a child, I was communing with them. And so they come through and we do regular groups. We're doing one tonight, actually. So this is a recording. It's called Elevate Your Negative Polarity and Come into the Way of the Sacred Union. And so this is one way to help people to have a energetic treatment, support, guidance, and recalibration and clearing on your energetic field by the guides to help us to be in what I call your yes vibration, your yes state, your positive polarity, right? So the negative polarity is that conditioned part of us that says no, that's in denial, that I don't deserve, I'm not enough, no, not, blah, blah, right? And so in order to get in our bodies and really kind of expand into our true empowered sovereign selves, we need to start saying yes. Yes, I'm willing to know the truth. Yes, I am powerful. Yes, I can self-care. Yes, I can impact the world with my light work. Yes. So let's get into our positive polarity. And that's what this recording is. And there's preparation. There's the actual hour-and-a-half webinar. And then there's integration support afterward.
Thank you for sharing that incredible gift with us, with this community. And I'd love you to say the name of your podcast again, because I sense there are people are like, I didn't catch it. I want it.
Yeah, and can I say how to connect? Yeah. So if you go to sacredfuture.org, sacredfuture.org, you will find right on the home page there, you'll find an invitation right at the top to join us on Tuesday evenings, Pacific time, 6 to 6:30, just a half an hour. We hop on weekly, totally free. And my husband, Dwayne, and I greet you, and we go through, we focus on the chakra systems of ourselves and the world. And in that, we focus on where the earth most needs our support. We work on the grids of the earth, the vortexes and portals of the earth, the chakra system of the earth, as well as humanity and the collective human consciousness. So sacredfuture.org will get you to that form submission to, and then you'll receive the invitation to drop in.
Beautiful. Well, I want to thank you for being such an inspirational global light leader on this planet. And I thank you for the work you are doing with women, helping them really connect to their intuition and their sovereign power, as well as on behalf of Gaia. And I really do believe in what you're saying about critical mass. And now is really the time for us as women to step into our power, step into our purpose, and do what we came on earth to do. And I just want to thank you for being a guide to so many women and doing your transformative work on the planet. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Terra. Blessings.